Hey everyone, this is a market recap for Friday, April 10th, and we're going through the gap fill review. And again, this is the gap that I've seen a couple traders traded, and it ended up being my go-to approach for trading. So, and then after that, I'm done for the day. I've kept most of my money when I just trade the gap, and if it doesn't work out that day, then it doesn't work out. But today we opened up, let's first look at the overnight session. So if you look at my April 9th video, you'll see this is where we kind of left off. VIX made new lows overnight. And what actually ended up happening is we had a low-to-low extension. Low-to-low extension. That for the most part right now it's defending the 70.2. Let's just call it that for now. Why do we look at the VIX here? Because the VIX is going to give us clues as to if there's an entry into the gap at this point. So overnight here, that's at the close. Overnight we balanced here above the 50%. And we met our inverse Fibonacci retracement target. So there's a 23.6 retracement. There's also a negative 23.6. There's also a negative 38.2. There's a negative 61.8. So you could keep making all these different levels and targets. But for my purposes, I use this first one. I think that's the easiest, and then I could always redraw if I like. But you can see we hit that target, drew up this to new highs. So where did we could have made new highs, but at 8:30 we had hit 6888, and what we actually ended up doing was drawing a retracement from highs to lows. And here at 9:30 there was a perfect entry. Now pre-market, I just felt there was not enough retracement to get in for 61. It was at like 71, 72, but I just knew that this could bounce me out at the highs, and that's too much risk for me. So what ended up actually happening is I waited for the open, and right at the open, we got a bounce into this 61.8, which broke it, which is fine. I'm not really looking for the 61.8 to hold at the open, but I ended up getting in at 74 just as it was coming down. So I watched the participation. I got in. I tried to get in earlier. I just market ordered in, and I was using this high up here as a stop if I was wrong. I got a free trade right away, and I got the free trade at 68. And then I set my stop to 74 to break even because I really didn't trust this move, and 68 was the half gap. So a lot of times on Fridays, the half gap will be your low or your high, and you'll see a reversal off of that. So I really didn't trust it. Then we got a little bit more, and then I pulled one off at 64.75. The low here was 64. So I just had one runner to go. Stop was at break even. We came 3 ticks within the gap fill at this point, and I was out at 62.75. The gap was 61.75. So I was out of there, 4 tick front run. And then you could see there's immediate reverse from there. All the time from now, the VIX was a little tricky. The VIX actually made some new lows during this, so I'm not surprised that it was choppy to get there. It was very slow. But let's say that you held out for that full gap. Well, they gave you another entry up here at 68.82. And it really probably was not so much to 68.82 as it was, what time was this, 11:15? What happened at 11:15? 11:15, we had a dip into support here at the 20s. And as you can see, we were able to grind up to this 70.2. Now, as long as this high holds, the expectation would be that the indices would probably retrace their highs by the end of the day. Actually, maybe even hit 6,900, 6,903 is the target for this measured move. You can see we're right now at the previous high of the day from yesterday. So we'll see how that holds. This is an R&D lab, what we're doing. So we have things that we're looking at. We're also using previous high, previous low, previous close, kind of as like a failed breakout, failed breakdown methodology. So none of this stuff is so we're learning from others, but we're also creating in our lab bots and codes and indicators that all work together to have better entries, because we know that our edge is to play gaps, to play fair value gaps. But we're always working on stuff. So when we open up the Discord to the general public, that's what you're going to be able to bring to the table as well. Your ideas will be put into code, will be put into a bot that can trade for you, that you can manage, that you can tweak over time. And we have over 20 years of data available to backtest really any strategy that you like. So we're always looking at new stuff. So again, this is the expectation, is that if we're able to hold this low, if we're able to hold this high, we should see 69.03. Could happen today, could happen on a gap up on Sunday. But it is a Friday, and after the Europe close, things get slow. They're not very technical. There's more chop. So if you don't have to trade, don't trade it. And that's your market recap for Friday, April 10th.